Welcome everybody to our Green Acres. I'm so glad you came over to our channel today. And if you are new to my channel, I want to introduce myself. My name is Teresa. In today's video, I'm going to show you how we can make a rustic pallet wood pumpkin. I'm also going to show you how we can repurpose some pumpkins that I already have on hand and how we can really make them shabby chic. And also I'm going to show you some new embellishments you can do for pumpkin stems. And also in the video, I'm going to show y'all a couple of Dollar Tree items and how I transform them. We're going to make a rag wreath out of a Dollar Tree wreath form. And I'm also going to show y'all how to make a beautiful solar wood flower pumpkin using the solar wood flowers. And this video today is in collaboration with another amazing YouTube channel. So stay tuned because throughout the video, I'm going to give you some information to go over to her channel and check out her videos. I hope y'all enjoyed the video, and as always, I really appreciate y'all for coming over to my channel and for watching, and I hope you get lots of inspiration and ideas for your home. If you haven't joined my Facebook home decor page, I'd love for you to go over and join it, and also go over and follow me on Pinterest and Instagram. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, I'd love for you to. And also hit that notification bell so you'll be notified each time I upload a video. Thanks so much. Okay, let's get started, y'all. Project 1 is an inspiration from Hobby Lobby. Me and Ben went to Hobby Lobby one day, and I get so tickled with him because he loves going around looking at things and prices, and he is in awe sometimes at the price of some of these things. So he picked this up, and he was like, take this picture, he said, because I'm going to go home and try to make this. This was $34.99. Of course, they have 40% off of their fall decor, so it would have been a little bit cheaper than $34.99. So he's going to take some scrap pallet wood, and I don't know if you saw my video last week. I'll link it down below, but he made some really cute fall decor out of some scrap pallet wood. And so he's using this little vegetable basket that we have, you know, just stuck around in our supplies. He just took it and he kind of used that as his pattern to make like his little curves on his palette. And he even is going to freeform his own stem. So I was very impressed of how he came home. He wanted to create it, and I think he did very well. Using the inspiration picture, it looks a lot like it. So now he's just going to use some, this is Gorilla wood glue. And a lot of times I say Elmer's, you can use Elmer's wood glue. We have both. But this is Gorilla wood glue, and he's just going to glue those little scrap pieces of wood on the back to hold his slats. You know, and he spaced his little slats on the front just to have some spaces between them. And then now he's going to freehand his stem. And this was very impressive. And then he's going to take one of his little saws and he's going to cut it out. And then he's going to give it over to me. And then I'm going to paint it. Now with some linen chalk paint and my new brush that my friend Jackie over at RuthandRuby sent me. I love this brush, y'all. And she said, she sent me a message the other day and told me how much she appreciates all of y'all reaching out to her. She said her business has just been booming, and she really appreciates all the love and support y'all have shown her. So I'm going to leave a link to her shop down below because she sells so many of the DIY paints, the paintbrushes, and a lot of the Iron Orchid products. So make sure to go over and visit her shop, you know, and shop for things that you may need for your projects. And I just went over the stem with a little bit of watered down antique wax just to make it a little bit darker. And here it is. I think it turned out great. Now I'm going to embellish it with a little bit of raffia, some little wooden leaves that I got at Dollar Tree, and I made some little wire tendrils. So now project number 2, we're going to take a Dollar Tree pumpkin. Now I have not purchased a lot of fall decor at Dollar Tree this year because my Dollar Tree hadn't put a lot out, but I've had this from previous years. And I think you can also find these at Dollar General too. And I'm going to take my solar wood flowers. Y'all, I have made a solar wood heart in several projects with their solar wood flowers. And I'm going to leave a link down to their website down below. So if you don't have any of these wood flowers for your projects, you know, I can't tell you enough how much I have enjoyed using these, and I have even ordered more. So we're going to make a pumpkin with some, And I'm just going around and I'm alternating the natural color with the coffee stained. And I show in previous videos how I use some old coffee just left over from the morning, and I stain some just to give them more of that vintage look, and then I kind of mix them in with the ones that have the natural look. And I'm going to use different sizes. I'm going to vary them as I go. There's really no rhyme or reason of how you place them on your pumpkin. You just basically want to go around and cover up the pumpkin as much as you can. And you could also probably paint your pumpkin white if you wanted to, or cream color. But I think the brown background is okay, so I didn't paint mine, but you could if you wanted to. And so, like I say, I just kind of go around and kind of place them. I kind of eyeball them, you know, kind of alternating the natural with the coffee stained. And then, you know, and sometimes you'll get one, you want to flatten them out really good on the back. So if you get one that's kind of got, you know, more stem on the back of it, just kind of clip it off, and they clip off really easy, and then that way they'll lay really flat. Now, once I got to the top and I was almost finished, you just kind of want to go around. If you see some spaces that you need to fill in, that's where the little flowers will really come in handy. And I just kind of went around. If I had some spaces that I needed more, I just added a little small one. And then I just added a bow, and then I just took a stick from my yard and I just glued it on that little flat stem just to give it a little bit more rustic look. Now, project number 3 is going to be another pumpkin. Now, this is a pumpkin that I have repurposed in a previous video. I think I put this out last year. I'll try to link it down below. Now, I just went in, kind of made my hole a little bit bigger with a screwdriver, and then I'm going to take some stained flour sackcloth, and I just kind of cut it around in a circle about the size of my pumpkin, and then we're just going to go around and we're going to stick it down in the hole, and we're just going to gather it around and pull it as tight as we can just to get those grooves of the pumpkin. Now, once you got all your fabric secured down in the hole really good, you can either go in with some hot glue to secure it even more, or you can just leave it. In my case, I'm just going to leave it, and that way, if I want to repurpose the pumpkin for another year, I can. All I have to do is take the fabric off. And now that it's ready, you can do so many things to it. Now, I'm going to go in with one of my favorite little Shabby Chic French stencils. And I have all my stencils that I use in my Amazon store. And I'm just using some Waverly ink chalk paint, and I'm just going to go over it. And when you stencil on something that's circular, it's a little bit more complicated, so you want to work in sections, and you just want to kind of go, be patient with it, but just kind of go in the sections that you can hold down really good on your surface. And then once that dries, then just go over with your next section. And I got it all on there, and I think it looks really good. So now I'm just going to embellish it. I'm going to stick a bow down in that hole. I'm going to take a stick from my yard, and just to add a little bit more rustic detail to it, I'm just going to add a little bit of hot glue, and I'm going to wrap a little twine around it. I think, to me, pumpkins are one of the funnest things to make. It's one of my, I don't know, it's one of my most favorite seasonal items, because once you make your pumpkins and you can make them out of just about anything, you know, then the fun comes where you can embellish them so many ways and just get real creative with your stems and your bows. And now I'm just going to take a little twine, because I want to add a little bit more rustic detail to it, and there we go. And I'm also going to show you, I'm going to add a little chopstick bow to it too, just to give you a little bit more ideas and inspiration of how you can decorate this little Shabby Chic pumpkin. Now I want to take a minute to let y'all know about a collaboration I'm doing with another amazing YouTube channel. It is inspired by Adrian Denise. And just so you'll get to know Adrian a little bit better, Adrian's a southern girl like me. She lives in Mississippi. She had a brick and mortar shop in Memphis. They closed it down last year, and now she has an online shop. So I'm going to leave all of her information down below to her YouTube channel. She has a great Instagram page, and she also has a Facebook page. So make sure to go out and follow her. Her shop online is about to open back up. So make sure to go over to her YouTube channel, check her out. She does a lot of crafting, a lot of DIY. She does gardening. So she has something for everybody. And if you're coming over from Adrian's channel to mine, I want to give you a big welcome and thank you so much for coming over. So y'all make sure to go over and check out Adrian. You won't be disappointed. Okay, in the next project, we're going to make a rag wreath, and we're going to use one of those very large pumpkin wreath forms from Dollar Tree. Now, they have these this year at my Dollar Tree. My Dollar Tree hasn't stocked up a lot on fall decor, but I did manage to get 2 more of these. And I've gotten these in past years, but I've never done anything with it. There's a lot of ideas out there on Pinterest and other YouTube channels of things that you can do with these, but I'm just going to make a rag wreath. Y'all know I love making them, and you just basically want to cut strips of various fabrics. I'm going to use 2 different kinds. I'm going to use stained flower sackcloth, and then I'm also going to use some strips from, this is a dust ruffle that I purchased at a yard sale for 75 cents. So it's got a lot of fabric. And I just went in, I made my strips about 1/2 inch wide and about 6 inches long, and you just go in and start ripping your fabric, and you just want to make up a bunch of strips. This will take a lot of strips. I think 1 bar on this, it took me a little less than 30 minutes to complete 1 bar on it, and it took about 75 to 80 strands of strips of fabric. So just to give you an idea of how many strips you'll need, but you will need a lot of strips, and you basically just go around, loop them on, tie them on in a loop, and that's all you do, and just kind of scrunch them down together until you have the whole form, you know, totally covered. And then I'll go back when I get them all on, and if I have any that I think looks like they're a little bit too long, I'll just kind of go in with my scissors and I'll give it a little haircut and trim and shape it up. Now, once I get it all trimmed up, now I thought of different ways I can embellish the stem. You could either, you know, put a stick over the stem out of your yard. I just went in with some flower sackcloth that I used, you know, to make the strips in my pumpkin. And I just kind of got some hot glue and I wrapped that around my stem, and then you can add some ribbons to it for a hanger. And I just added a bow, and I'm going to show you throughout the video some different ways you can embellish your bow with some totally dazzled bling, and just kind of add a little bit more shabby chic to the pumpkin if you want to go that route. Okay, the next project we're going to work on another Dollar Tree pumpkin, and these are those orange carvable pumpkins that were so popular. Right now, I don't know what it's like in your area, but here in the South, there is not a lot of fall decor out in any of the stores. The stores are just, the shelves are just empty. And there's not a lot of pumpkins anywhere to choose from for us to get and repurpose or really decorate our homes with. So I'm just repurposing pumpkins that I've already had, and I've repurposed these pumpkins several times. But that's the fun of those. But you want to take it, just cut it in half. I used a butter knife. It wasn't hard at all. They're hollow on the inside, as you can see. But we're going to take half that pumpkin, and now we're going to take the scraps and the strips of that stained flower sackcloth that I did not use on my rag wreath. As I ripped my fabric, I kept the little hems and, you know, of the flower sackcloth, and I always tell y'all, keep the hems of your drop cloth and your flower sackcloth because you can always use them. So I'm just using some hot glue, and I'm just starting to go around it. Now, the corners are rounded, so you can't really wrap the corners because it's going to slide off. But if you can figure a way to wrap it, but this is the best way that I come up with to do the corners. I just kind of wrapped my pumpkin in the center as best I could, and you want those strips, if it's got like frayed where you didn't cut straight, you know, leave that on there because it really adds to the texture of the pumpkin. So here I am, I'm just showing you how I did my corners where it curved, the sides where it curved, and it was kind of, you know, harder for the fabric to stay on it. I just put more glue on it, and then I just kind of took 2 or 3 strips, however much it takes for you to get it covered, and that's what I use. And you just kind of have to add a little bit more glue to those. So that's how I did the sides. And then once it's fully covered, then I'm just going to show you a great way of how we can make a really cute fall decor piece with it. And you can see how, you know, kind of, you know, frayed and rustic it looks. Now I'm going to take a piece of glass out of, I think this is 11 by 14 frame. And I just covered it with some drop cloth. I used hot glue to cover it. I've done this in several of my videos and showed y'all how you can make projects covering your glass with drop cloth, and it's real easy to do. And then I'm just going to put it back in my frame, and I'm just using a frame that I purchased at a yard sale, and I've chalk painted it and distressed it, and I think I've used this in previous projects too. And I'm taking my favorite stencil. This is Greene's that I've ordered off my Amazon store, and it is, I don't know, I've done it in several projects now, and it's one of my favorites. But like I told y'all in previous project, grains and harvest time, that just kind of, to me, it just kind of shouts out fall to me. So I'm going to take pieces of this stencil, and I'm just kind of working in sections again. I'm kind of lining it up, and I'm just going to put parts of it on this, and I'm going to actually put the pumpkin on the center of this. So I'm kind of lining up my wording to where I can place my pumpkin in the center, and I've got some wording at the bottom and also at the top. And once I get all my stenciling done and it's dried, then I'm going to go in now and I'm going to attach my pumpkin on. I'm just going to use some hot glue, and I'm just going to center it up and put it in the center. Then I'm just going to add a stem from my yard, and then I'm going to show you how we can embellish it with some more solo wood flowers. And then I'm going to make another little chopstick bow out of some lace. And the chopstick bows are so easy to make, and I've made those in previous videos. And I'll try to put a chopstick bow, how to make it, in my upcoming video. This one has run kind of long, so, but I will put that little how to make that bow in another video coming up. Now this is a little Etsy printable I got. I love ordering printables out of little Etsy shops. They have such a great selection, and it really helps out small business owners too. So I love this one, and like I say, once you get it sent to your email and you purchase it, you can download this as many times as you want to and use it on as many projects as you want to. So I just took a little Dollar Tree frame, and I just framed it. And it'll add such a special touch to those little fall decor vignettes in my home. And now I'm going to take a sleeve off of a top that I purchased at a yard sale. Yard sale is a great place to find good fabric. You know, clothes, and, you know, I just love the little shabby chic design on this. And I'm taking another pumpkin that I've had. And I think I got this at Goodwill a couple of years ago. I think Target probably sold these. And I'm just repurposing it and trying to use the pumpkins that I already have, since I can't find any really new ones. And I just, you know, you just fill in each hole, the one at the bottom and the top, with your sleeve. And you just cut your sleeve down to the size of your pumpkin, and you just put it in there, you know, down in those holes, and you can secure it again with hot glue if you want to. And here is another idea for stem embellishments for your pumpkins, is silverware. If you've got some ornate silverware on hand, those make great little pumpkin stems. So now I'm just going to let y'all sit back. I'm going to let y'all see all the many ways that we can style and stage all the items that I just made, and how well they all go together, and how well they will decorate your home for the fall season. So I hope y'all enjoy.
Don't get out what you're putting in. All your hopes and efforts are all in vain. Who will pick you up when you've lost everything? Does it all become for granted with a wedding ring? Oh, there must be more. There must be another way. There
Okay, y'all, we're coming to the end of the video. And as always, I really appreciate each and every one of y'all. If y'all come over from Adrian's channel, I really appreciate it. I hope you'll subscribe and stick around and come back for next week's video. And if you're a returning viewer, I love y'all. Thank y'all so much for your love and support. And this day and age, y'all, we have to just keep the creative juices going more than ever. We really have to get out, inspire, encourage each other. And working on DIY projects is just a great way to refocus some days and really get in there and have some fun. And I hope in this video today I gave you some inspiration and ideas of the things that you can make and decorate your home with. And don't forget to go down to my description box, check out all the links I'm going to leave in there for the solo wood flowers. Also, don't forget to go out and check out Inspired by Adrian Denise and check out her channel, because I know she's got some great videos and she's just a wonderful person. So y'all make sure to go over and send her some love. Tell her I sent you. And until my next video, y'all, I love y'all and I hope you have a great, wonderful, and blessed weekend. Bye, y'all.